think it's supposed to be quite a kind of tranquil place. It definitely isn't tranquil. You've got a dog bark in the background constantly and all these bells. For this episode, we wanted to get out the city and see what we could discover off the beaten track. So first up is the Bells Monument. Now the Bells Monument was built in 1979 to celebrate the World Children Initiative by UNESCO. The circle of bells that surrounds the monument were donated from over 100 countries in all different shapes, sizes and designs. Pretty cool. A little tip, if you're going to go there, try and get there early when it's quiet and peaceful, because later in the day when the crowds arrive, it's just a cacophony of bells.
I can hear the bells. We're following the sound of the bells. Whoa, that's cool. Does being a child at heart count?
I think it's supposed to be quite a kind of tranquil place. It definitely isn't tranquil. You've got a dog bark in the background constantly and all these bells.
So I'm glad that we came here. It's very striking monument and the bells are cool. It costs about 15 lev to get here in a taxi, so about £7. I would say not to come here if you've got a headache or a hangover because those bells start to go through you after a while. But yeah, I'm glad we came. That's the closest I'm getting to Japan for now. So the next place that we're going to on our off the beaten track tour is a little bit quirky. We are going to a house that has been designed to look like a snail. Now we actually walked to this house from the Bells Monument. It did take us a wee while because we did get lost and we ended up traversing through a field, a huge big field, and then this kind of wasteland. It was a bit odd. But we made it to the Snail House. It probably took us, just about an hour and a half to walk there, but if you go the correct way, it would take a lot less time. at the Snail House. It's not a house that you can actually go into, so you can only see it from the outside. But it's made of eco-friendly material, which apparently makes it energy efficient. So it's cool to go and see. But if you are coming from the centre of Sofia, it's going to take you a good while to walk. I would say probably, it could take up to 2 hours. So I'm not sure it's really worth kind of going out of the way to see, but if you're in the area, then it's quite cool to go along and see. I was really kind of intrigued as to what it actually looks like on the inside, but couldn't find that out, unfortunately. And on to our third and final destination on our off the beaten track, Sofia, and this place took approximately 40 minutes to walk to from the centre of Sofia.
We are in central Sofia Cemetery. You might be thinking, what are we doing in a cemetery? Yeah, we wanted to go somewhere that was a bit off the beaten track, that didn't have a lot of people around. And I think this is the place.
Well, there may not be lots of crowds of living people, but there's certainly a lot that have passed over, because this cemetery is huge. Like the biggest cemetery I've ever been to. Some of these are obviously really old because the lids have actually come off some of them, and actually the box of ashes have tipped open and the ashes are just kind of lying exposed, which is a shame.
What's quite unique about this cemetery, it's a crematorium as well, and they have on the plaques they have their faces, which I've never seen before. A couple of things I found out when I was doing a bit of research on this cemetery that I'd never come across is a taphophile. Taphophile, someone who has an interest in gravestones and cemeteries.
Look at that one.
I guess it could make us taphophiles. I wouldn't want to introduce myself as a taphophile. It's a bit weird, wouldn't it? Hi, I'm Ewan. I'm a taphophile.
I noticed as well that on some of the graves there's food being left, and I'm wondering if maybe that's like food that maybe that person really liked when they were alive and it's just left as a little offering, because there's like donuts and little cupcakes and things.
I've got some more kind of geeky information that I found out that I didn't really know about. A cemetery doesn't have a church attached to it, and a graveyard does.
And if you want to see more graveyards, then check out our Kishorn vlog, where we visit Kishorn burial ground where my granny and grandpa are buried. One thing I have noticed is that the graves here, for the most part, seem to just have the person's name and their dates, whereas back home, obviously on a lot of graves, they sometimes have other things written on them, but I think here it does just seem to kind of be the name, the picture for some people, and the dates. So we've been here probably about an hour, and I would say we have covered like a sixth of the graveyard, cemetery, sorry. So yeah, it is so huge.
This cemetery, like quite a lot across Europe, has a mixture of war graves, celebrities of the time, and just everyday punters. I always think it's fascinating that, you know, whatever generation, most of these people would never have mixed. They would have been in different social standings and class, but here everybody's the same. Death is definitely a leveller. It might seem like an odd place to recommend people to come to, but I guess when you live in a city like we've been living in, it's a nice, peaceful, tranquil place to walk around, and there's loads of wildlife, and
We just saw a woodpecker.
you saw a woodpecker, yeah,
I've never actually seen a woodpecker in real life.
tapping away. It's a lovely place to walk around, and it just sort of rests your mind.
Thanks as always for watching. We are going to do a kind of IVF update video very soon, just to fill you all in on what's happening there. But as always, yeah, thanks for watching. And if you have enjoyed this video and you're enjoying the videos, the vlogs, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free of charge. Hit the like button, and you can also hit the little bell, which will make sure that you get notifications when we release new episodes.